Let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in success, in growth and in life itself, the law of sacrifice. There are 4 key elements to it. 1 is now for later, 2 is grit, 3 is growth mindset, and 4 is enabling beliefs. We're going to explore each one. Let's start here. You can't out-train a bad diet, and you can't out-earn bad spending habits. Why? Because sacrifice is not about hustle alone. It's about decisions and time. It's the choices you make and how long you stick with them. There are 2 mentalities when it comes to sacrifice. We call them later for now or now for later. Later for now is the one most people live by. It's the instant gratification mindset. It's driven by social media comparison, public image, quick wins, fast dopamine. It's the spender, the borrower, the one chasing validation. It's a high-risk game, emotionally charged, impulsive, a one-shot, one-kill, I need it now kind of mindset. And in the long run, it leads to regret because you end up sacrificing tomorrow for today. You trade your future peace for temporary pleasure, and your best years live in the rearview mirror. Then there's now for later. This is the growth mindset, the private wins, the early mornings, the quiet discipline, the reps nobody sees. It's the investor, the learner, the one who's playing the long game. Now for later is logic driven. It's about compounding effort over time. It's not the hunt, it's the harvest. You plant seeds, nurture them, wait, and trust, because harvest comes slowly. But when they do, they feed generations. This mindset brings positive, unintended consequences. It's when you look back and think, I'm so glad I made that decision 5 years ago. That suburb, that job, that move, that choice, because you weren't chasing comfort. You were building a future. Here's the shift. Start making decisions that future you will thank you for. That's the law of sacrifice in action. It means saying no to yourself more often than you say yes. It means modeling sacrifice, not just for wealth, but in your home, in your health, in your habits. It means thinking long term. And here's the trap you need to avoid. Don't pay the price of sacrifice without getting the reward. Too many people work 2 jobs, hustle non-stop, but end up no better off. No investments, no savings, no time, just tired. That's not sacrifice. That's spinning your wheels. If you're going to pay the debt, make sure you get the outcome. So ask yourself, am I sacrificing for something or just sacrificing to survive? Choose long-term value over short-term comfort. Choose decisions that create freedom later, not frustration now. Choose the harvest. Choose the growth, because the law of sacrifice always pays off, just not immediately. But when it does, it's worth everything you gave up.
Let's talk about something that separates those who start from those who finish. Something deeper than talent, stronger than motivation. Grit. Angela Duckworth, a world-renowned researcher, once wrote that grit is the #1 predictor of success. Not IQ, not opportunity, not talent. Grit. But what is grit, really? It's not just willpower. It's not pushing through once or twice. Grit is passion plus perseverance. It's the fire to start and the courage to stay in the game when the spark fades. It's the ability to pursue a goal not for days or weeks, but for years, sometimes even decades. You see, anyone can show up when it's easy, when it's new, when it's exciting, but grit is about showing up when it's boring, when it's hard, when no one's watching. It's about still chasing that vision long after the mood has left the room. There's a story about 3 bricklayers. All 3 were doing the same task, like laying bricks on a construction site. When the first one was asked, "What are you doing?" he said, "I'm laying bricks." The second one said, "I'm building a church." But the third one looked up and said, I'm building the house of something greater. Same task, same bricks, but a world of difference in how they saw their work. One was earning a wage, one was fulfilling a mission. That's what passion does. It gives your grind a purpose. It gives your effort a deeper meaning. So here's the truth. Setbacks are not signs you're on the wrong path. They're proof that you're on a path worth taking. Don't let temporary setbacks become permanent excuses. Don't confuse discomfort with failure. This is part of the deal. The tough days, the long nights, the moments of doubt, they're part of the climb. Grit is what keeps you moving when the finish line feels a million miles away. Because here's what grit says. I started for a reason, and I'm not done yet. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to keep going. So ask yourself, are you just laying bricks, or are you building something greater?
Let's talk about something that has the power to shape your future more than any strategy, any talent, or any resource: your mindset. More specifically, a growth mindset. Now here's the truth. On your journey to succeed, to change, to level up, you're going to face setbacks. You're going to fail. There will be tough seasons, unfair events, and moments when everything feels too hard. Adversity is not the exception. It's the rule. So the question is never, will I struggle? The question is, how will I respond when I do? This is where mindset makes all the difference. When you carry a growth mindset, you believe change is possible. You believe your effort matters. You believe you can improve, adapt, and overcome. Not instantly, but over time. Growth mindset says, I may not be there yet, but I'm capable of getting there. It's not naive. It's not toxic positivity. It's belief with responsibility. It's optimism with an action. Compare that to a fixed mindset. The belief that who you are is set in stone. That you were either born with it or not. That your intelligence, your ability, your circumstances can't really change. Fixed mindset says, this is just the way it is. And it's always been that way. Sound familiar? You've heard it in phrases like, I'm too old. I've never been good with money. That's just not how I was raised. It's the government, the market, my background. Those beliefs become walls. And after a while, you stop climbing. You stop trying. You stop growing. Here's what most people don't realize. The biggest difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset comes down to how we explain our pain. When something hard happens, and it will, we all try to make sense of it. And the way we explain that struggle will either fuel our progress or lock us into helplessness. If you say, this setback is temporary, this challenge is specific, this moment is hard, but it won't last, then guess what? You open the door to action. You remind yourself that it's worth trying again. But if your explanation is permanent and all-consuming, if you say things like, it's always like this, I'm just not cut out for this, I've never been lucky, then you give your power away and nothing changes. So here's the reminder. Nothing grows in the comfort zone and nothing changes until you believe that change is possible. A growth mindset isn't just about positive thinking. It's about taking ownership. It's about facing failure without folding. It's about refusing to let one setback define the story. So ask yourself, are you stuck in your past explanations, or are you building a new story with a better ending? Because your mindset will either limit your life or unlock it. Choose growth. Choose change. Choose to believe in what's possible, even before it shows up. We've talked about the law of sacrifice, the power of choosing now for later, the necessity of grit, and the mindset required to grow through setbacks. But now it's time to ask yourself the real question. What do you believe? Because at the foundation of every sacrifice, behind every act of discipline, underneath every mountain you climb, is a belief, and not all beliefs are created equal. Some beliefs hold you back quietly, consistently, relentlessly. They tell you you're too late, too old, too unqualified, too stuck. They whisper that this is just the way life is, that where you're from decides where you're going. But you get to choose something different. You get to build a set of enabling beliefs, truths that lift you, fuel you, and align your daily choices with your bigger future. Here's what enabling beliefs sound like. Money is abundant. I attract it by being valuable, focused, and intentional. I control money. It doesn't control me. Good debt helps me build wealth and opens doors for my future. These are not just money statements. They're freedom statements. Freedom to believe that money is a tool, not a measure of your worth. That it can help you show up more for the people you love in the ways that matter most. Now let's talk about you. I am a work in progress, and I love that. I've climbed many mountains before. I'm ready for the next one. I am capable, I am worthy, and I'm willing to do the work. Things tend to work out for me because I show up, I learn, and I persist. That's what self-belief sounds like. Not perfection, just ownership. For those of us who carry culture on our shoulders, the beliefs go deeper. It all changes with me. I will break the cycle, one choice at a time. I feel the breath of my ancestors behind me, and I walk forward with strength. You are not here to repeat what came before you. You are here to honor it and rewrite it. And when it comes to fear, change is opportunity. Every market holds potential. I just have to look for it. Failure is not the end. It's a lesson, and I'm listening. I choose knowledge over ignorance, action over doubt, and hope over fear. Because here's the truth that wraps this whole message together. I choose to sacrifice now, to live a life that most people only dream of. This is what the law of sacrifice is really about. Not just hard work, not just delayed gratification, but the inner shift that says, I know who I am and I know what I'm building. So let this be your moment to draw a line in the sand, to rewrite your beliefs, to move forward with clarity, courage, and conviction. Because when your beliefs are aligned with your future, your sacrifice has meaning, your setbacks become fuel, and your journey becomes unstoppable. Let's go.